School never really taught you how to be yourself, and that is the most important lesson that you could possibly learn because being authentic just means living the life that you truly want to live. But in school, your parents, work, they never asked you, like, okay, what do you want out of life and what is your plan to get it? Because if you actually thought about this, then that would be your best chance of getting what you want out of life and living a fulfilling, meaningful life. So it's like, if you haven't done this, really define the type of person you want to be. And don't forget to include things that you like about yourself. Because being yourself is not just who you are today, it's also your potential. So really understand, like, what is your potential? What does that look like? What kind of person do you want to be? What kind of profession do you want to have? What kind of skills do you want to develop? What do you want your relationships to be like? Like, these are all important questions that you're never really asked to define. People just ask, like, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? They only focus on just the profession. But what skills do you want? What kind of qualities do you want? What kind of relationships do you want? Like, these are different questions that people don't really ask you. They're just like, "Oh, what do you want to be when you grow up?" Yeah, of course, that's also important. But like, really defining the type of person, like, do you want to have a good sense of humor? Do you want to be kind? Do you want to be ambitious? Do you want to have a beautiful wife? Do you want to have kids? Like, these are things you have to think through in order to live a fulfilling life, because you can't hit a target that you don't know where it is. If you're not aiming at anything, you're not going to hit the target. You're not going to feel fulfilled. You're not going to be happy. And I know this because this is what happened to me. I went to business school. I had this great accounting professor, and he convinced so many people in the class to go into accounting because he's like, oh, if you're good at this, you can make a ton of money. And he was just so enthusiastic about accounting that he kind of convinced so many people to do it. And I was one of those people. So then when I got my first job in accounting, I was like going to work and I hated it. I was like, man, this isn't even like what I thought class was like. Because class in accounting is a lot more math, right? But then the actual job, a lot of it is like memorizing laws and regulations. And I hate that. I hate memorizing rules. Like, I like to try and be creative, right? So that's kind of like stepping outside of the box. So it's like I feel like boxed in when there's too many rules. So it was like not a good job for me. But I chose it because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get the high paying job and do what everyone else is doing. But if you want to do something else, then like you kind of have an obligation to yourself to do that. And I'm not saying to like completely quit your job, go all in on acting or content or something that's, a little bit more risky, but I'm saying like have the stable job and then do what you want on the side of it. Actually build the life that you want on top of that. So you don't pick a job that you hate. You pick a job that you like kind of like that you don't hate, right? And then you build the life on the side. Or you go all in and you have to commit to like posting very consistently and working on your craft so much that it becomes unreasonable that you would fail. And that's what I'm doing with my content, right? I've been posting every day now for like 75 days in a row, something like that, 77, something like that. I've posted every day because I'm posting so much that I'm like, eventually this will work out. Like, I will make it work. And I'm not saying I'm going to post every day forever, but at least for now, that's what I've been doing, right? So you pick the job that you don't hate, and then you work on the things you want to do outside of that. But you really have to define like who you want to be and then make a plan towards that. And maybe that includes like doing something stable right now and spending your free time working on something that you're really passionate about and then making the full-time switch. But at least having a plan and understanding the type of person you want to be is so important. And so many people don't do this. They just kind of skate through life and they feel unfulfilled and like that they're not really doing the things they truly want. You don't want to live like that, because so many people, they get to the end of their lives and they regret not getting started. They're like, oh man, why didn't I even try? So many people think this. Why didn't I even try? But if you try, then you can get to the end of your life and be like, at least I tried. Even if it doesn't work out, at least I tried. You know what I mean? Because you only get one life. So you don't want to live it just skating by, doing what everyone else tells you what to do. You want to actually define who you want to be, define how that can help other people, and then work hard towards that. And you can break it down to the next step, because it doesn't have to be taking the big leap. It could just be, posting once a week or taking an acting class, whatever it is that you want to do. Like, just trying to do as much of it as you can in your free time will fulfill at least part of that desire of you wanting to do something more. You're at least proving to yourself that you're committed to who you want to be out in your free time. You know what I mean? At least you're using some of your free time to work towards who you want to be. But you were never taught that. You were never taught how to actually be yourself. But the way to do that, you just define who you want to be, you break it down to the next step, and then you try and take action towards that. And I'm not saying this is going to be easy. Of course, it'll feel uncomfortable. You're leaving your comfort zone. But breaking down who you want to be and then working towards that will feel so meaningful. So even though it won't be easy, it will be worth it. Life's not easy, but it's worth it. Take care.